Welcome back to Zatus. I'm Ryan.
I'm Anton.
Here we are.
It is week 3 of the Zatus podcast, and we're still here.
We are still
here.
here.
For better or for worse, we are still here.
And we still have Baja Blast.
We do. Actually, the same ones.
What? The same you mean as last week?
Well, yeah, we even moved since last week.
Oh.
We kind of turned the camera off and wait, and then turn it back on once we get here.
How did we get changed? Or close. How did we get changed?
Topics today. We have some things to talk to you folks about at home. I know you're probably watching through satellite or Dish Network, whatever is beaming you this high octane entertainment. And
I think we're on Dish.
Dish? Okay. You mean we're gonna move on. So we probably have established this, but we watch a lot of YouTube. I would like to view myself honestly as like a YouTube. What's a better word for like explorer? Like someone who's like a professional explorer. Like they go to places and like places unknown by humans, and they kind of figure shit out.
You mean like today? Because that's not really like a thing anymore.
Well, right. I know a lot of okay, squashing the dreams a tad. I know that people don't go exploring or adventuring anymore, but is it like I like to view YouTube a little bit as a new frontier, not that it's like a new frontier that no one has it. I really didn't think this one through. I like to explore YouTube.
Let's just leave it at that.
I like to explore YouTube. I like to get into the nitty gritty of YouTube. I like to really see.
Like a pioneer?
Sure, but yeah. God, you're annoying. So we'll say a YouTube pioneer.
And what have you been
Pioneers
finding?
used to bad
What
ones.
have you been finding on YouTube?
Well, this is not a niche or niche. I never know how to say that. Do you know?
I say niche.
Niche?
Yeah.
This is not a niche find at all, but I'm sure some of the viewers out there might know of a podcast, of a channel called Channel 5 News is the actual name of the channel. Not like a hidden channel or any like a gem. It's a very popular channel, and check it out if you haven't. It is I would call it neo-journalism is the way I would describe our boy Andrew over at Channel 5. Never met the bastard in my life. But we watched the most recent one, you and I. The People's Convoy.
We did.
You wanna give the people a definition of what the People's Convoy is?
Sure. Was it starting in Texas?
I believe that's where the first meetup gathering was. We could be so wrong. That's that's where he first met up with them. I think maybe that's not where it started.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly where they started, but it's a just kind of like a rally of truck drivers and anyone who's willing to jump in with them and support their cause. Just kind of rallying for they want the oil pipelines to be open because they're questioning why we are not. I'm not too informed on the topic, but it's about gas prices.
Yeah,
it's about truck drivers, gas prices.
You don't have to be too serious about this.
Yeah, and 80% of the people who are kind of not an actual percentage, a good amount of people who are like kind of tagging along have no idea what's going on.
It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah,
it's
a
giant
clusterfuck.
It's a giant clusterfuck of the majority of the people that are doing it are truckers, drive big rigs, and they're intentionally driving slow on both lanes of the highway to raise awareness for gas.
Yeah, and they're going to
the tariffs or some, and I don't know about tariffs, but gas prices are high. There was a vaccine mandate for truckers coming in and out of Canada. I know there was a part of that.
Yeah, it's essentially like a trucker protest or raise awareness or whatnot. They were driving cross country to Washington D.C., but because of the January 6th events, they weren't looking to actually go into D.C. They just ended up kind of circling D.C.
Fear.
They didn't want to
they
cause issues.
We are getting very much into like I don't want to say the political aspect of it. The people that are in this convoy are really entertaining. It's hard to put into words. Excuse me. It sounded like I was going to cry. It's really hard to put into words just how entertaining some of these people's points of view are. We saw one gentleman actually say, it was of his belief that everything that's happening right now in the Ukraine is not like it's not actually happening. That there's no war.
There were actually more than a few in the Channel 5 video that were saying like, "Oh, Putin's he's like a good guy."
Putin.
Putin's like getting a bad rap.
Yeah, he's a good guy. There's nothing happening in the Ukraine. It's misinformation or fake news or fake media.
It was either there's nothing happening in Ukraine or Putin is invading the Ukraine because they have like a biolab and they're going to make
American-developed biolabs in the Ukraine.
Biolabs that are going to make something way worse than COVID.
In fact, one of the gentlemen even hypothesized that.
I think this is like all the same guy.
No names. The Ukraine could potentially be 20 times worse than Wuhan.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. So if that's the case, maybe light them up. Maybe just squash that out.
What about the whole thing with
Are you gonna
Kennedy?
I don't know which Kennedy they're referring to. I think it's the son of the nephew or something, or the son. I don't actually know which Kennedy it is.
Some Kennedy Jr.
Some politician in the Kennedy family. People must know this. There was a lot of MAGA heads believe that one of the Kennedys, his death was faked by the Clinton administration because of opposition. He
died in like 99.
He died in a plane crash with his wife. It was bad, really horrific. And they believe that he was actually not dead and that he's going to come back and run with Donald Trump. And a lot of the people like went out to the place in Texas where Kennedy was shot. And I can't remember it's a famous place in Texas.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
They went out there picketing, I guess, or, not picketing, but,
just kind of
peacefully protesting.
Just kind of waiting for him.
Just kind of waiting for him to show up.
To
and
appear.
There was one gentleman in the Channel 5 news video that was asked, was he there? And you could so clearly see in his face that he did not believe any of this.
No, I'll try and reenact it. All right. So you ask me.
Do you believe that Kennedy was there?
Yeah.
You don't sound too convincing about that.
Yes.
That's the level of...
I think he was also asked if he saw him there. And he paused even longer and said, yeah.
Wow. So check out the People's Convoy.
So you don't think there was any chance that...
No. Were you going to ask that?
Not seriously, but...
No, I don't believe that there was any chance that the man that died in a plane crash.
Do you think there was any chance that there was...
Unless...
Do you think there's any chance that there was someone like impersonating him who appeared for that crowd?
Now, do I think there's any chance? Yes. And
but do you think that's what happened?
No. I don't think anyone saw anyone that looked like...
So you think that guy was just full capping?
Yes. I think that guy was full capping. I would also like to state that if anyone had the foresight to dress or look or do anything like that Kennedy and walk around that area in Texas where they were all hanging out, kudos to you, and I hope good things happen to you in life, because that would be how awesome would that be, just to walk but not walk into the group, like just like cross the street they're near and just
that's like...
Do you know how awesome that would be to do? Or even better, go to one of those big groups of people that think that Elvis is still alive and just kind of walk by and go like, oh yeah. And it's like, keep on walking. They're like, I heard him. I could have swore I just heard the king.
You're excited for the new Elvis
I knew
movie,
as soon as I brought this up, you were going to fucking mention this. We've seen some trailers because, we were at the movie theaters.
What's it even called?
I think it's called...
Is it called like The King or
I thought it was called like Elvis or like Elvis Presley.
I don't know.
There's a biopic coming out about Elvis Presley, and it just... We live in an area of the country where we live in a critical mass demographic for that. Like that's like a huge...
someone in our family is an Elvis impersonator, right?
I do.
Distantly related.
But we do have someone that's related to us that is an Elvis impersonator. Mm-hmm. With that being said, like I was saying, we live in a part of the country where Elvis is kind of revered, and he's kind of like cultural. I mean, he's a cultural icon everywhere, but it's kind of like we live in a very... I don't know how to word it. We live in an area that there's just a lot of nostalgia for that time period. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of the 50s and 60s is like idolized to a supreme degree. A very old school mentality.
Yeah, emphasis on the old, which is probably why it's a big thing here, because we just have a large elderly population where we are.
That is true. I wonder what like the breakdown is.
That'd be interesting to know.
That would be interesting to know. So interesting for the podcast. Wow. The fucking breakdown.
Okay. We were talking
Don't touch me. Don't touch me under the table.
Didn't.
Okay, but I felt something, and it was
we're actually talking like, because we brought up the People's Convoy and because of the crowd that kind of surrounds that, we are talking a little politically, and we are
which terrifying me. I'm sorry, I'm slippery.
So it seems like we're bashing, and we kind of are, but I don't want it to all be one-sided. But this will be the final thing I talk about MAGA or anything like that, because I feel like we're just going to be punching down almost.
Oh, I don't think we're punching down. We're two randos talking about.
Well, I'm not from a place of stand, but like we're not even taking them like seriously. We're bringing up like the dumbest of their demographic,
right?
And being like, God, look at these idiots.
No,
I kind of like not punching down.
We are generalizing for the sake of comedy. Yeah. Of course, there's rational people in the truckers' convoy, but the most entertaining people are the Looney Tunes that are saying that there's nothing happening in the Ukraine. That's ridiculous and super entertaining.
So let me ask what I was going to. What about the people who say that Trump is still in office? How does that make you feel?
Again, I genuinely find it entertaining, and I would have to. I can't believe I haven't said this more already. I would have to refer to Tim Dillon, that he thinks that any discussion, and I'm paraphrasing, his words. He didn't actually say it like this, but I know he finds Trump and Trump talk and Trump media very entertaining. And just the fact that, so to answer your question to the people, or not to the people, about the people that still think Trump is in office, please keep believing that, because it provides us and me with entertainment. I don't know how you get, how do I say this? How do you get to that point where you are that just not informed on that? It's just factually not true. It's
not
what
even,
I mean?
It's not even not informed. It's like intentionally misinformed.
Well, right, exactly. It's not. It's like not a matter of opinion. It's
right.
not. We can debate all day on policy, on stuff. Don't care to.
Yeah,
please.
We can't.
No,
okay. Me?
The collective we. But it's just not a debate. That, I mean, as much as it's its own humorous thing, Joe is our president.
But like, what about when? Because there were at least
Trump's deep into shrimp in Mar-a-Lago. Like
there were at least one or two in the Channel 5 that we just watched that were asked that, and they thought that Trump was still, in control of the military and whatnot. But what about
the commander-in-chief of the armed forces?
Sure. Sorry. What about when they're asked that and they say, like, pretty confidently, they say, yeah, why? You don't believe that? And like they turn it back on you. It's like, wait, you seriously believe Joe Biden's the president? They're incredibly confident in it.
I would just in that case, and I know you're not asking what I would do, but in that case I would just say, yeah, he is the president. I mean, I don't know if I was in the moment.
They'd laugh at you. They'd laugh right in your face.
And I'd probably laugh with them. And like we're laughing together. Like I like this. Like you think that there's another president, there's not, and you're just gonna tell me it's. If we're talking about this now, I would actually like to ask them their, like, how is he still president? Maybe he is. And maybe the Oval Office got moved to Mar-a-Lago. And maybe Joe Biden is a puppet.
I mean, okay, that part.
That's a given. Oh, man. Please don't.
Do not come. I'm going to come.
Whatever you say, Kamala. Is it Kamala or Kamala? I think it's Kamala.
I think it's Kamala.
Yeah.
I don't know. No one's seen her.
Listen, Kamala, I love your work. I've paid my taxes. I love you and your family.
You just don't want to go to jail?
I saw.
You can't go back.
I saw the videos of the kids being loaded back into jail because they had an unlicensed ring pop in their pocket. It was bad. I think it was just like a misdemeanor for holding or something. I don't know what the charge was, but I saw them being shoved back into the cell after they got released. I mean, these are 7-year-olds. It's crazy.
Like. We're just gonna move on.
Okay. This is what it turned into when we talked about politics. Kids being loaded back into jail for having ring pops in their hands or pockets, whatever I said. Wow. Yeah. So check out Channel 5 News. There's so much more than channel than just a people's convoy. I mean, he is, all joking aside, he is doing such an awesome job of finding these groups, these collectives of people that like are just out about in the world expressing their feelings, and he just kind of goes right into the thick of it and interviews them. He went to Talladega Speedway, which was wow. He went to spring break, I think Miami a few years back, which right when COVID was like booming, which was that was top shelf. He went to many cons. He went to some military con, like or not quite military. It was like a conference for people that like have like contracts for like national defense. They like make tanks and arms and weapons and self-defense items and stuff, like all kinds of a tactical con. I don't know what to call it. He went to someone's book signing. I think one of the Trump's book signing where he met all those people that were saying those two old white people that were like making the rap, like the MAGA rap, and there's a lot.
But like he does a really good job of I mean, sometimes you can see it on his face, but he does a good job of just giving them the mic and just kind of letting them talk. He doesn't really like give much of his opinion. No, I mean, there was the few interviews with Tom Hanks' son where that was more like,
by the way,
than he was
big ups. Big ups to Chad.
That was more in depth, and he was more like actually having a conversation with them.
It was,
but a lot of these interviews, like, he just kind of just lets them say whatever they want.
He does a really good job of just guiding the conversation. But he just, I mean, it's amazing how much some of these people can just fill airtime.
Yeah, incredible. We gotta get him on the show.
Yeah, like I would love. There's one in particular that I would love.
The Wuhan times 20 guy.
What is his name though?
It's something J.
I think it's, is it Kelly?
Yeah,
J Patriot
so.
or something.
I think so.
Or maybe not Patriot. Maybe
no, it's Patriot.
Yeah, he's someone signed that guy. I mean, god damn.
And he's been in multiple videos because he's just kind of all over the country.
He was at the vaccine
this was just
protest
a
in LA.
chance that he was in this People's Convoy video, and then like once they got him, like they couldn't really get rid of him because they were all going the same place. He just kept tagging along.
And he always has an answer for the question. Like, however,
I remember the acronyms he was doing. He's like, I got a heart condition.
Yeah, yes. It was like, I don't remember what it was, but it was like, I have a heart condition. It was like GFH, or like I have a God-fearing heart, or it was something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something that like made him more of a patriot and like a good old chap. So yeah, there's the plug, Channel 5. You're welcome for that.
God, we dish out a lot of plugs.
We do. I absolutely love that because there's nothing to plug here. I mean, they're watching. If someone is watching, thank you. But if someone's not, then they can click on us and just get booted right off. So it's around that time of year in America. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day. Woo! Yeah. I'm going to come off as an ass, and that's fine. I guess it is kind of a bah humbug stance to take. But I think St. Patrick's Day is, because no one knows. Do you know what it's about?
No.
I mean, aside from the fact that it's something to do with Ireland.
No.
Okay, that's what I don't get it. Like, I don't want to hear from people, because we're flooded with comments and DMs. I don't want to hear from people that like, oh, you're stomping on Irish culture. That's not the point that I'm trying to make. Why Irish culture? No one in America gives a flying fuck about that, or at least in all my experiences about St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure if you go into an Irish neighborhood in Boston or something, there's tradition and stuff, or something like that, of course. But the green beer and the green Mardi Gras beads is like, just why? Like,
it's just a thing for people to just go out and drink.
Well, I get why, but it's kind of like, it's not something that I kind of like an excuse. Like if there's an excuse for everyone to get together and drink, I'm kind of down for that. But something about St. Patrick's Day is kind of like, that's how I feel.
I totally agree.
I feel like it's a holiday. Could be wrong. I feel like it's a holiday for like our parents' generation. Like I feel, I definitely know kids our age that love it, but I do feel like it's something that I see way more hype actually from like adults, not to adults, like adults. There's a bit of a distinction there. You like once you're, at least in today's, like at least I would say once you're like over 40, you're an adult. But right now we're adults. Legally.
Yeah, legally.
Yeah. What are your thoughts and feelings on St. Patrick's Day?
Like
Does it annoy you or is it
it doesn't annoy me, but I'm like, there aren't a lot of holidays I like. I really am that like bah humbug.
Right, but
the kind of that.
Right, but you're not like
I'm
angry. It's a holiday.
No, not
yours
angry. No,
indifferent.
my least favorite holiday of all time is Easter.
I second that
get
opinion.
the right fuck out of here with that.
I second that opinion.
And they're pretty close to each other, so this is a bad time of the year.
Although my mom made a mean Easter basket. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I don't really like to go out and drink for St. Patrick's Day, but our family does, even though none of us are Irish. We do like corned beef hash, and I like that.
Well, corned beef. I think corned beef hash is like the breakfast food.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
You're right. No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me.
I don't want to be an
You are
actually.
correct. I like corned beef, not corned beef hash.
Well, you do also like corned beef hash. Oh, that's tough.
Cool.
Yeah, I would also say, actually, you know what? Let's dive into holidays for a minute. Let's just dive into holidays. Sure. What's your favorite holiday, if you have one? Mine, I'm gonna do that thing where I ask you a question, then answer before you get the chance.
And first of all, I know your answer because I know you, but I feel like your answer is quite obvious.
Like, obviously, people that know, people that know me are obvious to just how I act and how I am, or what do you?
I think someone could watch 2 episodes of this podcast and already know your favorite holiday before you say it.
Okay, yeah. It's Hanukkah. It's Halloween.
You want to talk about that? Why?
Sure. It's not tied to any sort of religion, so you don't have to feel like you're excluding anyone. Although I know there's going to be someone out there that's like, well, it's actually a pagan holiday from Uganda. Don't care. That's probably very loud. I can see that's very loud. Sorry about that. Don't care. We're not talking about paganism anymore. I like Halloween. I like the idea of dressing up. I actually don't dress up that often because we're going to dress up and stay home. I don't really even go to that many Halloween parties. But I like Halloween. I like the spook factor. I like the idea of people dressing up. Can't do it anymore because I get put on a list and don't want that. Can't go trick-or-treating anymore because you're 26. Stay the fuck home. You are now handing out the candy. Can't be going trick-or-treating. But I loved it as a kid. I always get a good vibe around Halloween. I like scary movies. I like it's kind of a basic thing. But I do actually like Halloween. I find Halloween fun. I like that time of year. And yeah. How about you? What about holidays for you? First, actually, what are your thoughts on Halloween? And then you could get to your...
I like Halloween, but you know me, I'm pretty introverted, so I don't usually do anything for Halloween.
You do you touch yourself at all on Halloween? Or?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't need to involve anyone and doesn't have to be Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more than once a year, I know.
Go on.
Anyway, holidays, I go back and forth because some years I really like Thanksgiving. Some years don't want to go.
True. Now, you said Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big food holiday.
Most holidays are.
Yeah, but when you think of food holiday, the first one that comes to mind is Thanksgiving.
It's not my answer. I was just giving some explanation.
All right.
It's high up there. I do actually like Thanksgiving quite a bit.
I'm not as crazy about Thanksgiving food as you are.
It's not even so much about the Thanksgiving food, but it's it's that we're gathering for a meal and it's like, that's it.
Right.
It's not like Christmas. It's like, we have 2 days. Yeah. We have a meal. You got to go see different parts of the family. You got to give out gifts. You have to receive gifts, which is the worst part.
Yeah.
But I think if I had to pick, my favorite holiday is New Year's. Oh, you having a moment?
Yep. This happens very frequently when we're together. I'll forget. I am flat out going to copy you. I legitimately forgot about
I'm actually surprised by that.
No, and I love Halloween, but that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
No, that's the ultimate. I changed my mind.
Like that, it's just, you just get together with, friends, family, whatever. You get together, you're celebrating the start of a new year. That's something that doesn't matter about religion.
For some, they're last.
It doesn't have to matter about religion. It's just I feel like it's actually something to celebrate.
It is. It's
like all the other holidays, I feel like we're just celebrating because they're holidays. Where this is okay, this is something that's actually happening.
And it's something that kind of everyone cares about. Like a New Year. It's like and everyone, some people do, New Year, New Me, or their New Year's resolutions, which I never really did because I just know it's like, I'm not going to follow through with anything I try to do in New Year's resolution. tried one year to do a New Year's resolution of this is like when I was in high school, I chewed a lot of gum. I just like chewing gum. One year I tried to say no more gum. That lasted not even to February. Like that was a shit show. I always remember that. So I said, you know what? No more New Year's resolutions, but I do love New Year's. I love the idea because I'm a huge I'm saying I'm a night owl is just still even misinformation.
You shouldn't even say that anymore.
Yeah, I sleep so much of the day away that it's actually, anyways. But it's a reason for everyone to like stay up late, which I love because now I'm like everyone's like up at you. Mostly everyone is up until midnight, which I love quite a bit because you get to drink, you get to toast, you get to hang out. So yeah, New Year's is pretty good. What are other shite holidays? I mean, we kind of covered the big ones: Easter, Christmas, New Year's, Halloween.
Easter sucks.
I kind of like 4th of July. Like
okay.
I do, and
That's
it's
a good
not
one.
really because of the patriotism. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but like I just like. I mean, summer's my favorite time of year, and July is awesome, and there's always barbecue. So I like 4th of July.
There was a time where I was kind of not paying attention I don't remember if it was like my intro Japanese class or like the second one. It doesn't matter. And we were talking about holidays and we were going over like calendar dates and how to say days of the month. And I was asked to say the date of Independence Day. And I was not really like paying attention. And they said Independence Day. And I was just like, oh shit. What day is that?
I could so picture that happening to you, or, honestly, or to me. And so you were like on the spot and you're like.
And I said, what? And they said Independence Day. And I said, what's the date?
But
this was also like
no, but caught off guard. No one calls it that. So like
no, but like everyone was kind of like, "Are you dumb?" Which I was.
I guess, but like that's.
It was more that I wasn't paying attention.
I can see though, being in the moment and being like, hey, Anton, what's Independence Day? And being like, I don't know. Yeah, like I like that's like for example, when's Labor Day, Ryan?
Oh God, don't know.
Does that change? Like. Here's something. Is it one of those things where it's like the first Sunday of every month?
You're asking the wrong guy. Wrong guy. Sorry.
Hey, when's Flag Day?
Is that?
That's real, and not nearly as big as Labor Day.
No, but is that a different day or is that a different?
That's a different day.
Okay. Wrong guy. I really don't care about that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think we covered all the major holidays. Do you know when Kwanzaa is? Or is Kwanzaa like a period of time or is it a date?
No. I believe it's a date.
Okay.
But really don't trust my word.
Okay. I won't. Wow. So yeah, I would say yeah, New Year's is definitely the pick. And also you get to get dressed up. But I don't mean dressed up costume, obviously. I mean dressed up. I mean any event where you get to get dressed up is kind of
yeah, but I mean you don't have to.
No, but at least
it depends.
It depends. Like I mean, if you're staying, it's always something my family's done. It's got like people get like dressed up like it's like it's New Year's.
Watch the ball drop. 5.
Watch it in California
4,
when the 3 hours are happening.
Stand on the street and piss your pants for 8 to 10 hours waiting for fucking. No.
I would you would never catch me in Times Square with one of those fucking Planet Fitness hats and it's 5, 4, 3, 2. 1, I'm gonna beat my wife again this year.
I don't usually watch the ball drop, but usually someone turns it on, and I feel like not the last few years, because now I'm in a situation where if you don't want to watch it, it's not turned on. But like a few years ago, or like in college, or like when I was like in high school, I feel like there was always a technical issue with the ball drop being on TV. At midnight, like there was always some sort of issue where, like it's like, oh shit, it's happening now. 3, 2, New Year, and like, you know what I mean?
So not a problem in New York City, a problem with the stream or how you were viewing it. Not a problem in New York City.
Whatever channel we're watching on, it's like it's 5 seconds till New Year's, and then like, oh God, we gotta cut back to the ball. Where I feel like when I was a kid, like they started the countdown from like a minute away, and you just knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now it just kind of like catches people off guard. At least that's how I feel.
It totally. I kind of see what you're saying because I do remember as a kid just the footage being on the ball for like just like constantly, and then we'd get a little quick thing of Ryan Seacrest going like, awesome, we're here in New York City, New Year, new me, yeah. So New Year's I would definitely put high on the list, if not number one, and yeah, I don't really care that much. I have some things to say about Christmas. I have some things to say. Not
Same.
Not even that interesting. It's just I know this is my own psychological fucked upness, but Christmas sometimes can be depressing to me. Like
Totally.
I just don't. It's I don't know. It's weird. I don't like this. Such a we live in a society thing to say, but like it really does feel now that Christmas is corporate, and I know how lame that sounds to say, but there's no. It's very rare that I feel like the Christmas spirit or Christmas magic. You know, like it's just you get gifts for people because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Everyone complains about it.
Mm-hmm.
Every person and their mother, every single person I talk to about Christmas dreads getting gifts because they're like, I don't know what to get this. Our family does a Secret Santa, but then everyone ends up getting gifts for everyone still. So it's like,
Yeah, we got to start doing like White Elephant.
why did we do that?
Yeah.
Why did we do a Secret Santa?
Which they're still going to get gifts for individual people. So.
Which it's not that I'm ungrateful. I'm so honored and flattered that you're going out of your way to get me a gift, but it's like I feel like everyone can use a stress meter down to turn that stress down. Let's all just do Secret Santa or do White Elephant, which I haven't done in a long time since I did it with my cousins.
The one thing that's got Christmas on its back for me is eggnog.
Oh, I do love nog. I love eggnog. So yeah, eggnog is really good, and that's something that's like only one time a year because you can't have eggnog. They can't be stocking the grocery stores with eggnog year round. That would cause some issues. That'd be we need some varicose vein socks or something. Something would be bad if we had access to eggnog year round.
No, we probably we'd get so sick of it.
Yeah, honestly, we would. Have you had an eggnog milkshake?
Yes, I don't remember where.
Yeah, I had too. They're good. They're real good, actually.
You don't strike me as a big milkshake guy.
I don't like them as much as some people, but I do like them. I'm more of a smoothie guy.
That tracks.
That Track my ass. Track my fucking ass. I love smoothies. I do like milkshakes. A milkshake to me is more of a mood, but I need to be like, oh, I want a milkshake. Whereas a smoothie, I mean, I don't always want a smoothie, but a smoothie is way more often I'm like, oh, I want a smoothie. I just love.
Yeah, but for me, I'm just I feel like we switched positions on this because I feel like a lot of things you're very seasonal, or you're like, oh, I only like this during this time of year, but I really only want a smoothie in the summer.
I mean, that makes more sense. That definitely makes more sense. But I would have a smoothie at any point in the year.
No, I would.
You would too.
I would, but the summer is the only time when I'm like, oh, I should get some frozen fruits so
Yeah.
I can make a smoothie in the morning or something.
Oh yes, your smoothies.
Yeah.
Those gonna come back in the summer?
Yeah, they are. They're gonna come back.
Oh man, just the way you were cooking those up.
Don't act like you were awake.
Well, there were some times when I was awake. I remember the sound and being at my desk. I mean, there were some. I'm saying some.
Well, that was probably a lunch smoothie.
I definitely have recollections of you making smoothies.
I'm sure there were days where you were up when I was making a smoothie in the morning.
I'm trying to think though,
Because it wasn't always the morning.
No.
Because sometimes I would sleep in too.
I'm moving on from that.
Okay.
When did you when did you first make when did you get it in your head I'm gonna make a smoothie? That's what I want to know.
It was when I was taking the It's funny because back then I was also doing web development. Just I wasn't really gung ho about it.
Oh yeah.
I was taking courses through a company that was kind of ass.
Is this the one that you had classes in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. It was free, so that was the plus side. But
remember when
the point was to finish this class through this company. You take it for free, and you don't start paying until after you get through it and you land a job, and they take a little bit out of your paycheck. And I was taking these courses, and I took it for a few months, right over the summer. I finished the course, and by the end of the course, practically nothing. The course was horrible. I liked the teacher. He was actually a chill guy, but didn't know how to teach the course. Mm-hmm. A lot of students weren't putting enough work, and eventually I just stopped doing the work because I'm just we're going nowhere. I'm learning nothing. Mm-hmm. But a lot of students would show up to class and be like, how do I turn my camera on? And it's you're learning how to make websites. And
wait. They would ask.
There were people in this class who I swear to God this was their first time using a computer. I swear to God.
How old were they?
Probably 35, 40.
Okay. I mean, first off, 35, 40 to never have used a computer. That's I mean,
No,
first time
okay.
seriously using a computer,
Right.
like for, for
like,
tech shit.
Yes, they couldn't figure anything out on their own.
Remember the time when my uncle came over and you were like,
That was an additional class that I signed up for. Because my night classes was a data analytics class.
and my uncle came over to make pizza. We were making pizzas and you were in class.
Yeah.
It's not as funny, and like we have an open living situation where
It was like 8:00 at night.
yeah, like the kitchen, like you can from the kitchen you could see directly into what we call the office, which is just where our desks are. And he was in class with headphones on.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny. I don't even know what to say.
But anyway, I was taking classes through this company. The classes sucked. Eventually just kind of zoned out and didn't really finish. Like I got to the end of the classes, but I did not have enough real knowledge to pursue it any further. So I kind of just dropped it. I'm like, all right, well, I took these classes for free. Didn't go anywhere. Not going to worry about it. But what really pissed me off was that they would like keep contacting me saying like, oh, you want to take more classes? Or like, oh, if you take 2 more classes, then we'll really set you up. It's like, wait, so like if I took this whole first class and I like actually followed through and completed everything and I felt like I was at an appropriate level, I still couldn't be hired. I'd still have to go through like a few more classes.
I know.
Like it was all...
It was kind of like a gotcha at the
Yeah,
end.
it was like you take classes for a few months. It's like, oh, well, actually there's more.
Were they like... Not that it was a scam, but like, do you think they were really reputable?
Like, no. No. But I don't think it was a scam because I never paid anything.
Well, right. I like at least, yeah. Maybe scam's the wrong word. Like,
I think
it seems weird.
I
It
think
just
that
seems
they
weird.
have a high failure rate,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they just present like very basic level materials, and they have like a class, but it's not really like structured anything like a real class. It's more just like you have a few hours in a group session talking to a guy, and you can kind of just pester him with whatever questions you want, or like really. And maybe you just had a bad instructor and it was a bad class. Maybe there are other classes that were more successful, but it just felt like it was offered to a lot of people for free, and then for the few people who really did all the work and did it on their own and stuck it through, then they were kind of selected. And I got to the point where I was just like, no. But now I'm actually back on track. I picked it up again maybe a year later. I'm like, okay, let me give web development like another try. So now I'm continuing my studies.
Would you rather have a Tokyo Ghoul son or a Fruits Basket daughter?
You asked me a very similar variation to this question. I'd rather have a Tokyo Ghoul son.
You'd rather have a Tokyo Ghoul son?
Yeah, because like it's funny because I've watched a decent bit of both shows, and I actually like they get, huh?
What's up?
You say it shows?
I didn't.
Have you watched both of those? Anyway,
I
would rather have.
I think my mic is all fucked.
I'd rather have a Tokyo Ghoul son, even though a Fruits Basket daughter wouldn't be that bad.
You had a Fruits Basket girlfriend.
Don't have to talk about that.
I'm not name dropping.
No, I didn't think you were a name drop. I would rather have. Let me finish.
God.
I'd rather have a Tokyo Ghoul son, just because they both get a bad rap, and they're both like very. Fruits Basket. I mean, yeah, they're both edgy because Fruits Basket does have its moments where it's just like really. But like Tokyo Ghoul, I think at least has like. There's a little bit of Tokyo Ghoul that's like, okay, that could still kind of be cool though.
And you don't think there's anything in Fruits Basket that's
No.
I'm separating like the question about the
No. I agree. Now we're just talking about the shows. It's not about its son or a daughter.
So you don't think there's anything not cool, but there's anything like really good about Fruits Basket,
like
or redeeming, or whatever word you want to use. Like that same point you made about Tokyo Ghoul. You don't think you can make that for Fruits Basket, in your opinion? Not like objectively. I'm really asking what Ryan thinks.
Like I don't. Just me personally, I just don't have that sort of connection to Fruits Basket. As I don't really have a connection to Tokyo Ghoul either.
Well, right.
But I could at least see it. It was
Right.
To me that was more of like a cultural like phenomenon kind of thing, because that was just a very popular anime at a time, and there were a lot of people wearing Ken Kaneki masks and shit.
How about the amount of people with Ken Kaneki profile pictures?
Yeah. And the first OP, like that's still played a lot.
Like that needs to be removed, like even out of the realm of anime.
I actually like that OP.
It is good. It's kind of I
It's
can't
so
believe,
memey, but I like
can't
it.
believe I'm going to say this. It is in the same realm to me as Silhouette by
absolutely.
by Naruto. I was going to say
So,
like it's so good, but it's so memed and it becomes like it's it's in its own world of shit.
that's one OP where I feel like the visuals like pretty perfectly match the song.
Yeah, no, I would agree. That cool shot where he's like on like a reflective, he's in a chair or something, and yeah,
And kind of like the explosion of
yeah.
yeah.
Wait, who was the first girl that like? Spoilers, I guess, for season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. Which
Oh, I'm not gonna remember names.
it's like
I
Riza,
watched it.
I think. Is it Riza or Reese or
Yeah,
something?
something close.
She wears glasses. And
Yeah, I watched it over.
she like disembowels
Not
him
over,
or something.
maybe like a decade ago. Like,
I just remember watching that show and like it did a good job of like when people got like cut or like their guts cut open, it was like, why do I like feel that? Like I remember what they always described it as like, oh, I'm so cold, oh, my guts are spilling out or something. God, yeah, that show is so beast.
kids in fucking middle school and high school, they like their base was like a coffee shop, and they're like, whoa.
Was it like Friends?
No, 'cause we don't have to start talking about all that bullshit because like, well, I can only eat humans, but like I don't want to eat, so like, everything tastes like. You remember that part
Yes,
of it?
where
How
everything
food
tastes like shit. Yeah. So I gotta drink.
Oh, I gotta drink coffee. That's the only thing that tastes
How
good.
does coffee not taste like shit? If you said a fucking burger tastes like shit, you want to drink one of the most bitter things on earth. And I like coffee, but it just seems a little illogical.
Oh, what other shows are from like that era that were like? Really...
We're just like Akame Kill. I would classify.
Oh yeah,
not as good as Tokyo Ghoul, but it's just like it was a big like really popular and they kind of died down.
Yeah, well, the anime ending like went off track and
it was an original ending, right?
Yeah.
Akame Kill. What are other shows? Sword Art Online. I mean, that's like
that's actually I never watched it.
I've watched
believe it or not
season 1 and 2. So season 1, part 1 of 2, and then
you had some merch.
Yeah, it was Sword Art Online was my gateway anime. I'd watched Naruto. I've watched all of Naruto. Naruto was the first anime I watched and the first manga I read. That was like the first thing. But my real gateway into like the real stinkdom of anime as a whole was Sword Art Online. And I proudly, and I own up to this, I bought an Asuna keychain for my 3DS. Playing Fire Emblem, Shadows of Valentia with Asuna swaying in the wind. Still have that 3DS, the Majora's Mask 3DS.
Well, you were playing Shadows of Valentia. Was it still on or?
Oh, it's still on now. I've never taken it off. I've never taken it off because it's like that's a part of me. I'm just gonna leave that on. Yeah, 3DSs.
Oh, that's how you want to play it.
It's just
I usually am pretty good at keeping track of my stuff, but I can't find my 3DS and I'm heartbroken.
It's been
like over a year.
It's actually been like it's been like a loss, like in the family. Like I know how bad you want it.
And there's a few games that I can't find.
Yeah, like Awakening.
Yep.
Which I can't process that it's gone. Like, do you think that you'll actually like? Do you view it as gone? Like, are you detaching or do you kind of holding on a little nugget that it's still here?
Unless it's gone.
Okay.
The answer is it's gone. Unless it gets remade for the Switch or ported to the Switch. I don't even know if they do ports for the Switch like that.
That's probably so loud on the mic. Sorry.
Unless it gets a rebirth, I'd have to like either emulate or buy Awakening to play it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because there have been many times where I want to replay it.
When do you think they're gonna announce? Like we said earlier or in podcasts ago, we're hyped for Three Hopes. When I do like Muso like games, but when do you think they're gonna announce the next Fire Emblem game, like a next Echoes or a next game?
Every time we've gotten like a Nintendo Direct or like an announcement for something, I'm always like, oh, okay, let's hear about Fire Emblem.
Instead, we heard about that stupid Xeno doo-doo, whatever it was.
But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna hear about it until it will definitely not until after Three Hopes is out. So maybe we'll hear about it like this fall.
That'd be really cool.
But it's been a long stretch of time for no mainline Fire Emblem.
It has. Do you think that we'll hear? Do you think that we will hear about and or Breath of the Wild 2 at E3? And is it coming out this year? That's my comment to you. Question to you.
Breath of the Wild 2, yes, probably at E3. I'm still gonna say it's gonna come out this year. Yeah.
You are gonna say it is going to come out this year.
Yes, it will.
A year with Xenoblade 3. God willing, it comes out this year. Knock on wood. I definitely think it's not going to get. I hope it doesn't get delayed. I'm pretty confident
I hope
it won't.
doesn't either.
This other indie game we've been playing, Elden Ring,
I think
it's something like that. It's all right. It's all right. It's got its. But check it out if you got a free bucks on some Steam cards or something. Elden Ring, Xenoblade 3. I know I'm excited for God of War Ragnarok. I know I'm excited for Bayonetta 3. Kind of excited about that Kirby game.
I'm just personally not. I'm probably not going to get it.
You have a problem with Kirby?
I don't have a problem with Kirby, but I'm just not very like. I played a few on the Game Boy that I liked, but it's just been a while since I've enjoyed a Kirby game.
You probably play like I don't want to say you've probably played more Kirby than me, but
I probably have.
You probably have. Are we counting Air Ride? Because I've played.
Yeah.
I've played hundreds of hours of Air
So
Ride.
I've played Air Ride. I've played.
Maybe not hundreds of hours, but I've played a lot of Air Ride.
What were the ones on the Game Boy Advance? I don't remember.
I played Amazing Mirror. That one I played a lot of.
I think I played 2 on the Game Boy at the mic. It was Amazing Mirror, and then there was one where you had like a bunch of different Kirbys on the Game Boy.
Well, I know there was a bunch of different Kirbys in Amazing Mirror. I know some Kirbys like followed you around.
Wasn't there one like, or maybe it was on the DS? Wasn't one like Squeak Squad?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
I think.
And then there was a Kirby game I had for the DS.
I think the one on DS was called Squeak Squad because I had that too.
Okay, so I had that. Then there was another one for the DS where Kirby was always a ball, and you had to draw the path for him.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you played. Oh, so yeah, you played probably at least as much Kirby as me.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I played Kirby.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I wouldn't even consider myself a Kirby fan.
I'm definitely not.
The game looks fun, and I know there's other games coming out this year that I can't fucking think of that I'm
like
excited
you'll
for.
probably end up getting it, and then I might just play a little co-op with you.
Yeah, what sucks is that you don't get to be another Kirby in co-op.
Don't care.
Bandana D?
No, me personally, I don't really care.
Bandana D?
Be a what?
Isn't that what he's called? The Bandana D? What's that other character?
Waddle
called?
D?
I thought it was called Bandana D when he's got
is
the
he?
bandana on. The names of Kirby characters are. How about Kirby lore? Have you seen those memes?
Yeah.
They're like. Look
you
up.
used to watch Kirby Right Back at You on. That was like the cartoon.
I've only seen clips of it on the internet. I never watched it on TV.
You really never watched it?
No, I've never watched it on TV. I was like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That was exclusive information.
Were there any other like gaming shows? Like I remember as a kid we watched there was like a Sonic show that was on like on weekend mornings. Me and my brother would watch it.
I don't even know if I watched it, to be honest.
We like would run around the house when the theme song was playing.
No.
It was like Saturday or Sunday mornings. I still like remember that. That's
gaming shows.
A core memory. You ever watch like the OG like Mario cartoon? The Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm trying to think of any gaming shows that I watched, like shows based on video games.
I feel like there's a few more that I watched.
Is DuckTales based on a game? The show?
That
because I know that's like a classic.
I know there's a game. I don't know if the game came first.
Yeah, well, I watched some DuckTales for sure. I'm trying to think of other. Oh God, I have no idea. I definitely watched TMNT, but I don't think that's. I think that was a comic before the game.
Right. I know you watched.
Oh God.
No. I know you watched Teen Titans.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting you to say that. I love Teen Titans.
I was a huge Teen Titans kid.
That show was.
Who was your favorite? I think I know who your favorite is. I think I'm actually going to agree.
Starfire.
Oh, that's actually not what I thought you were going to say.
You say Robin?
No.
Oh.
Beast Boy.
Oh, I like Beast Boy, but I actually like Starfire a little. I like Starfire a little more. Yeah. What's crazy is Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Robin are. I said Robin's name twice. I think
you left out Cyborg.
It's in Cyborg. They're all awesome.
Yeah.
They're that show. It's one of those shows you realize you get older that those people making the cartoon cared about it like a lot. At least the way I feel. The plots were cool. It was not adult, but it kind of respected the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was good. It was one of those shows you could watch as an adult.
I actually feel like there's a lot of shows. I mean, I feel like there's probably
like Teen Titans Go.
Well, actually, I don't watch that, but from what I hear, there are like funny things in that are like that. I like when kids shows have some respect. for themselves.
I agree, and I do think actually Teen Titans Go does. I just feel like it didn't need to be Teen Titans. Like,
No,
I feel like they could have just made that
totally agree
made that a new thing.
Because I think the kids that are watching that, like, they don't care that it's Teen Titans.
They don't care, and like I haven't watched a lot of the show, but I feel like a lot of that show is not really pertaining
There was
to
the one
Teen
time
Titans. Like that.
No, right, but there was the one time that it was playing in the Chinese restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was something about waffles.
Yeah, waffle. But like I really appreciate when a children's show like treats its audience as like it's a kids show. It doesn't have to be the most advanced thing in the world, but like just because it's a kids show doesn't mean it has to be dumb.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Perfect examples, and we're about to name some of the most critically acclaimed cartoons ever. So we both love Samurai Jack. I need to watch season 5. Yeah. I mean that at that point, we can even argue if that's a kids show. I mean, it's a cartoon.
Well, no, season 5 isn't.
Well, right, but like a cartoon. It was on the OG show aired on Cartoon Network.
Well, no, yeah, I would say the original. That's a good point, actually.
I would call it like a youth cartoon, like a youth a adolescent cartoon, whatever. If we're being nitpicky, I mean, I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. That show. Everyone, maybe not everyone, because I don't know if you do, but everyone that I've talked to has at least one moment where Courage like kind of actually scared them. And like I was like, wow, this is a bit much. Like that scene with that thing floating in the water, and he's like, "You're not perfect," and it's like I don't need to see that at fucking 2 a.m. I should be asleep. I loved Dexter's Lab.
I didn't watch a whole lot of. I feel like I was just too late to watch some of like the cartoons you did.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
I didn't watch.
I say maybe, but there is an age difference.
I didn't watch any Rocko's Modern Life. I watched only a little bit of Dexter.
Do you watch any Ed, Edd n Eddy? Well, I know.
Oh yeah, no, I watched a lot of that.
We both love Billy and Mandy.
Oh my god,
that show is Chowder. Awesome cartoon, fucking awesome cartoon. I'm trying to think. I mean, I probably the greatest cartoon of all time is SpongeBob. I mean that OG.
Yeah,
I mean that's not a hot take at all. But I mean, then there was always those kids at school that weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob.
That's red flag.
Yeah, red flag. We'd love to know what lists and how their lives are going. That they made sure they didn't watch any SpongeBob as a kid. So strange.
We've had a bit of a cartoon resurgence. Me and you. We've been occasionally watching an adult cartoon.
I don't know.
You don't know? An adult cartoon we've been watching occasionally?
I don't know what adult cartoon. No.
Well, the sad thing is it's not an adult cartoon we probably should be watching, like South Park or rewatching like Futurama or stuff like that, or even like Rick and Morty. We occasionally when we're eating, we'll pop on an episode of Family Guy.
I also am going to go out on a limb and say I don't necessarily agree that South Park's better than Family Guy.
I wouldn't,
because I've actually watched a good amount of South Park. Like when I first got my laptop, I was watching South Park, and my personal take, I'll leave it at Anton's take. I like Family Guy more. I
think that South Park, even though it's more outrageous and there's more like just toilet humor, I feel like South Park has more like current social commentary.
It does,
but not the point, because that's not what you're going to either of these shows for.
Right. The comedic timing and the references about Family Guy is more makes me laugh more. I know South Park is probably a better show, but I like Family Guy. Do I need to watch Peter fight a chicken again for another 15 minutes? No, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I know we skipped over cartoons that are really hype, like other cartoons from our childhood. There was a show called Real Monsters. It was like do you remember that? Rocket Power was awesome.
Only watched a little bit.
Rugrats. Everyone loves the Rugrats, of course. I'm trying to think of other Nickelodeon. I loved Angry Beavers. Loved Angry Beavers. There was a variety show called Kablam. Did you ever see that? Oh yeah. So I'm not. Chalk Zone.
Yes.
Chalk Zone was cool. Rudy and Penny and.
I don't remember their names.
Okay. What are other Cartoon Network? Did you ever watch Cow and Chicken?
No.
Okay. Shit. I should get my walker or something. What about what's other? Did you ever? I mentioned this to you before, and I don't remember what you said. A show on, I think it was on Toonami, called Symbiotic Titan.
I'm aware of it, but I did not watch it as a kid.
Really cool. It had a short run, but it was really cool. It was like almost an anime,
but not really. I see a lot of clips of it like online, that are like there's a lot of like adult jokes in it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a show like Samurai. I mean, thematically, it's nothing like Samurai Jack, but it's like for that demographic of like younger adults. Ben 10, classic.
There was a brief period where I was into Ben 10.
Like the OG Ben 10, that has had a cultural like. Everyone like the OG, like everyone loves Ben 10. Everyone, Gwen and was that their grandpa or their uncle that drove
I think it was their grandpa.
Beast mode.
Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe it was their uncle.
Great uncle or something.
I don't know.
Awesome
Did
show.
you ever watch Gravity Falls?
No, and I know it's something I'd probably like.
I did, and I watched it. Like, I mean, it's still a kid, but like I watched it.
Does that come
past my cartoon days? I watched it like on my own online. I was probably like 15.
Does that come with a Tumblr?
It was good.
No, I'm sure I would like it.
And I don't think you ever watched Over the Garden Wall.
I did not watch Over the Garden Wall. I never even finished. I watched a lot. Never even finished Adventure Time, and I know that's like a cult classic, but I love it.
I don't think I watched all of it, but I watched probably like 80% of Adventure Time.
Did you ever watch Steven Universe?
Yes, I actually did.
I never watched any of that.
I did.
Is it good?
It was for a bit, and then
I'm not close to the mic. Fuck. Sorry, go on.
You're probably close enough.
Okay.
It was. I liked like the first couple seasons. I liked the first couple seasons when I watched it, but then I just kind of fell off with it, and I don't know. I haven't watched anything in a while.
What about Fanboy and Chum Chum?
Oh, come on.
Is that? Oh, come on, like Anton, don't bring up that treasure. That's kind of a cool show. Or
oh
show.
no, that's garbage.
Okay.
Wait, are you gonna disagree?
You like Fanboy and Chum Chum? I do. I can't call it garbage. No. I can't call it garbage. Oh, okay. And I actually don't know what the consensus is on that. Not that it matters. Mr.
Meaty.
All Earth creatures fresh off the ground.
Not even a cartoon.
Well, no, it's not. But like, I like Mr. Meaty a lot. God, there's so many. There are so fucking many. I'm trying to think of other Camp Lazlo.
Oh yeah.
Camp Lazlo was good. Yeah. I actually watched a YouTube video. I don't remember the channel's name. I am so sorry, guy. I never finished the show. I just always watched it when it was on. The ending of the show was so strange.
Oh, I don't know how it ends.
I'm just gonna say it. If you don't want to get Camp Lazlo spoilers, tune away. You remember? I don't even remember the guy's name.
No, I think I do remember some of their names.
Do you remember the name of the camp?
The Moose?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. The entire show was not a camp. Like wait. He was not actually what's it called? A camp
counselor?
Thank you. A camp counselor. He was a crazy person that like beat up their camp counselor and was wearing his clothes for the entire time.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
In the last episode, like the camp counselor that was actually supposed to be their camp counselor, like shows up, and there's a lot more happening in this episode about time travel and about their clothes, about never having to wash their clothes again or something. There's more to the episode, but he gets carted away in like a straitjacket, and and the show ends.
That sounds kind of familiar. Like I might have seen that.
Like because it happened to you, or because like the show.
I might have actually seen that as a kid and just not really realized that was like the end.
Yeah. Wow, like that's something like the show's got one more season, and the writers are like, we'll show you. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
Oh, we left out a big one. I really shouted out. Flapjack.
Awesome. Kind of one of those shows that kind of. The only way I could describe it is it made me feel uncomfortable when I watched a little bit. But it was like it was like, oh, this is really weird. I like Flapjack a lot. What was the guy's name? Was Flapjack and like his buddy?
Captain Knuckles. Cat Dog.
Oh, fuck! How did I forget that? I love Cat Dog. Winslow. That was his name, right? The little mouse that was in Cat Dog.
Oh,
or little thing.
I don't remember.
I think it was Winslow.
I don't remember.
What else? What I know there's other shits. Like after we're done with this podcast, we're gonna go back and be like, oh fucking Christ.
I think we got most of them.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
Count Chicken.
I thought I asked you if you watched Count Chicken, and you said no.
No, I haven't.
Like in this podcast, I like a few minutes.
Oh, ago, you might have. I haven't watched a lot of Count Chicken, but I mentioned it because I thought. Oh, I didn't know you mentioned it. I forgot.
I like Count Chicken.
I did not watch. Clarify, I did not watch a lot of Count Chicken. I've seen maybe an episode or two, but it was just something I thought.
I do love the Powerpuff Girls.
Okay. Oh, I think we didn't mention Ren and Snippy.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy. That was like even I was catching reruns of that.
Yeah.
That was even before my time. That was
Did you watch any Scooby Doo?
a pup named Scooby Doo. And anyway, I did watch because we used to get that channel that only played. I think it was called Boomerang or something. It played all the like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. So yeah, I watched some of the Flintstones and the Jetsons and Scooby Doo. But I watched more of a pup named Scooby Doo, which I like quite a bit. Speaking of Scooby Doo, those live action movies are like definitely a part of my childhood. Those,
I think I saw. Are there 3 or are there 4 of those? Or 9?
Well, there's I know there's a good amount because we watched that Drew Gooden on. Like,
there was actually
there's a lot of
recent one, wasn't there?
I'm talking the ones with like everyone knows which ones I'm talking about.
Talking
like the OG classic funny ones.
I think
OG
of the ones you're
classic
talking about, I think there's a trilogy.
Yeah. I know there's an episode of Scooby Doo or a TV special, something with the Hex Girls, and did Anton have an awakening?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh my God, Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, we're leaving out.
Yeah, we're leaving out.
But
out of those two, which one's your choice? Because I know mine.
Mine would be Fairly Odd Parents.
Good man. Although Jimmy Neutron fucking rocks, but you can't beat Cosmo and Wanda and Timmy and Dinkelberg.
And now they're getting a resurgence.
I saw on Twitter the frame from the live action trailer, and someone said it looked like a porno, and it did. It looked like that weird set lighting, and it's just why? Yeah. And the kid's like, looks like he could be in high school, like he looks like he's a senior or something. I don't know. It's just funny.
It's weird.
Giving really anyone, but giving a 17-year-old boy Fairly Odd Parents or Fairly Godparents, God forbid, am I right?
But it's live action.
Right, and then Cosmo and Wanda are animated.
I know. Like maybe if they did Cosmo and Wanda, like.
Is he just
way.
Timmy or just a new kid?
I think he's Timmy because he was dressed like Timmy Turner.
That's so fucking out of line.
But I don't know.
Vicky,
I watched
Vicky,
like 20 seconds of it.
Vicky hot, yes or no?
Like from the original cartoon?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Like Anton.
That's
Icky Vicky?
What? Just because she's did that sway your mind?
No.
When you were younger,
I'm saying
when you were younger,
I'm saying she's icky.
All right, drop the act, Chet Skylar.
No,
drop the act.
No. Okay, you're gonna tell me
when yeah.
You're gonna tell me that Vicky is hotter than Timmy's mom?
Did I say that? There was actually, now that I think about it, when you were younger, there was Trixie, there was Timmy's mom. I don't think we're ever given a name, and Vicky. All
Icky Vicky.
Okay.
Icky,
the fans will get my back.
Icky, sticky Vicky.
Perfect.
Not sticky like that. I mean like shaped like a stick.
Body shaming. No. Okay. Who? Maybe now we got like all the main cartoons.
No, I still think we're missing out. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what would be on Nickelodeon.
Invader Zim. Invader Zim.
Oh yeah,
Rocket Power.
Yeah, Invader. I said Rocket Power. Invader Zim.
Did you?
Yes, Invader Zim. We can go back.
I think you did.
Invader Zim is definitely kind of like a cartoon version of Tokyo Ghoul. It's like, everyone loved that. You know how many kids I knew? Like, I actually knew multiple kids with a Gur backpack in high school.
Foster's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Frankie. Sorry. Foster's was awesome. Foster's always, even at that age, was like, oh, that's kind of like a feels show. Like, whoa, I just want to eat, like, I just want to relax and eat pizza. And then it's like, you got to think about things.
There was like an episode where like they had like Ed and Eddie like and Foster's for like a second.
Yes.
I was like, I couldn't handle
the
it.
Cartoon Cinematic Universe, Cartoon Network Cinematic Universe.
Eduardo. Wilt.
I mean, I know we
Coco.
I know we met. I love Coco. I know we mentioned
Cheese.
What was his name? What was
Blue?
That? Well, no. What would you
I
say?
said cheese.
Was his name Fredberger? Was his?
That's wrong show.
I know. Was his name actually just Blue?
Yeah. But it was BLOO.
Right. Wait. Oh shit! I just lost my train of thought. What we were talking about before Foster's.
Mentioned Invader Zim and kids with Invader Zim backpacks.
Yeah, I don't remember. Did you watch a lot of Invader Zim?
No.
Have you watched any of it?
I've watched like 3 episodes, maybe. I don't know.
What else was on? God, there's so many.
Well, you had a bit of a Disney Channel resurgence, not a cartoon.
No, just like the Disney Channel. When I would come out before I moved out here. For people that don't know, I would come out here almost every summer. To spend time with the family because my nuclear family lived in California, and then all of my other family, cousins, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all lived here in New York. So we would come out in the summer. And I have a cousin, another cousin, not this one, that like I was a little old to be getting into the Disney Channel.
How old were you?
I'm not saying this is a cop out. I don't remember. Let's just say
How long was it after you moved here?
it was
roughly.
Before I moved here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said
It was around 2009 because I remember Michael Jackson dying. So and I was born in 95. So
Okay.
I was 14.
That's not too old to be
15.
watching Disney Channel.
No, okay, maybe not. No, I guess it's not. But like that was like when I first started. Then it went on for like another good 2-3 years.
Okay, and maybe at the end that's a little, but like 14.
You're right. I believe me, I couldn't care at all. I was proud of it. But like I just didn't. I didn't have a lot of friends in California that were watching it at all. We were all watching.
Period. Go on.
We were more into watching cartoons and playing games and stuff. Came out here. My cousin was like, Anton, we're gonna watch Wizards of Waverly Place. And
Yeah,
I went,
not me.
I
For
went,
the record.
whoa, cool guy.
I watched it too.
I was like, oh fuck, what the hell is Wizards of Waverly Place? And then it was like, what? I'm into the plot. I'm into the characters. I'm into the romances. I watch Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, Lemonade Mouth. What's it? Good Luck Charlie.
You watched Lemonade Mouth?
Yeah, right. I watched. If it was on Disney Channel, I watched it.
I feel like that was a little later than the rest of those.
It was, but like I kept watching after this. Like I watched it all. I loved it. Like to the point where when a new episode would air, like I would make sure to DVR it and get home.
Teen Beach Movie.
Oh, that was not for me.
Yeah, it wasn't for me either.
No. That like there were things that even I at that point was like, oh, this is kind of bad. And Teen Beach Movie was one of. I remember starting it and being like, I wasn't in my head going, oh, this is so cringy. It was boring.
That's not why I was bringing it up.
I know.
Okay.
I know. But I just gave my opinion on it.
There was a brief period of time in college where we weren't quite dating, but I was
recording maybe.
It's not the 1800s. We were talking. How about that? Who cares?
It's your way to describe it.
Yeah, who cares? She was a big Disney fan, and she really wanted to watch all these Disney movies.
We should have known that was kind of like a...
Yeah, it was a red flag, but just ignored it. Bad move. Just watched a lot of the really shitty Disney movies, and it was a big waste of time. And that's how I saw the Teen Beach Movie, because otherwise I wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I mean, it was your life. It was one of those things where it's like, it was one of those things where I know you didn't want to do it, but you're like, girl.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
The same exact thing.
One of the weirdest people I ever met. For sure.
One of the pickiest people I've ever met.
Oh my, yeah, hands down. It probably
with food,
the
pickiest with food. I mean, most people would assume that, but yeah, it was.
Well, definitely not picky with people.
No, that was like. I guess I'll take that last shrimp at the Chinese buffet.
But she would tell her father that she was coming over to hang out with me, and at the time I wasn't 21 yet, and I didn't start drinking until I was 21. No, that's not like a. Just explain that.
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, let's explain that I was not drinking at the time, and she would tell her dad that she was coming over to hang out with me and drink, and I'm like, why are you telling your dad that when we're not drinking alcohol? And if we were, why are you telling your dad that?
Yeah.
And it was this. I don't know all the details behind it. It was this weird, complex. They had a very weird relationship, where like he wanted her to have like the college experience. So like it made him happy to hear that she was going out.
He was like, oh, nice. You're going to drink with your boy.
Yeah. And it made me very uncomfortable.
Which on paper that sounds, I appreciate the fact that a father or any parent is more willing to push their kids into some fun experiences. But when she's like lying about it, like
right.
Did she actually want him to think that she was drinking?
Yes. And we had alcohol. And I said, okay, well, do you want a beer? I'm not going to have one, but do you want it? And she wouldn't have it.
Wait, so you didn't have alcohol?
No, I didn't. I wasn't drinking at the time.
Oh, but I thought you just said we had alcohol.
No, like we had alcohol at home. Like we had alcohol in the fridge.
There was alcohol at the place.
Yeah.
You gotcha. Right. How old was she?
At the time, I was...
was she 21, yes or no?
No. I was 20.
Oh, so she was younger than you.
Yeah, I was 20 at the time. like I think she was just about to turn 19. She was like a little more than a year young.
Yeah.
Maybe like 18,
Yeah,
19.
yeah.
A
Okay,
year or
so
two.
yeah, so but her dad was like, no, go have the college experience.
No, I think she was 18 because I think she was a freshman at the time.
So weird to lie. Like that's such a like. It's so weird to lie because you want to do it and not do it. Like that's so. I've never encountered someone that their parents wanted them to drink and have the experience, so you lie about about doing it and not do it.
Yeah,
it's like
That's
always
weird.
The other way.
Very weird.
Yeah,
very weird. And then things kind of ended right. Like there was a brief period right before we kind of broke things off and stopped talking, where she was like, "Oh, I want you to meet my parents," and I was just like, "Oh, well, they're gonna think I'm
that drunk that they
yeah." Oh, God.
That college guy that's always like, let's whack him back. That's so fucking funny. You got a good sweater out of it, though.
I did, actually.
Yeah.
I did. That was actually a very, very sweet gift.
Yeah, it was a cool sweater. Very, as you described it, very like Truman Show. It kind of looks like Jim Carrey
that was the point. That was the point because one of the first movies we watched together, which...
How's it going to end?
was by my choice because she would have picked some... shitty Disney fucking Frozen whatever, which we did see Frozen 2 in theaters.
I forgot about that. Just let it go.
What? We watched The Truman Show because it's a movie that I love and I watch it any amount of times. I love that movie. And I mentioned during the movie, during one of the ending scenes, that I really like Truman's sweater. And for Christmas that year, she got me a sweater that looks very similar to the turtleneck he's wearing, and I love it.
It's a very, very thoughtful gift. Where would you put Truman Show on the male manipulator scale for movies? Like where
Truman scale on
at
the
the
male
very
manipulator?
end would be like Pulp Fiction and A Clockwork Orange, and then maybe on the far left would be like
Pulp Fiction is on the define it.
I'm basing this off TikTok memes I see. Like the cliche, stereotypical male manipulator is like Radiohead, Pulp Fiction, the Smiths.
No, but the top of the male manipulator, at least the TikTok I'm on, is the top of the male manipulator movies is American Psycho.
That one, that's probably number one.
Yeah,
that's probably number one. So where would you put Truman Show?
Well, what's the bottom?
I'm trying to think of something that's so not male manipulator. What's like Jumanji?
No. What was that other like Jumanji like movie?
I think like Zathura or Zathura something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking that too.
I love that movie.
That was awesome. I mean, that's like Spy Kids, which is so awesome. So awesome.
Okay. So if let's just do it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
If 10
is the most and 0
is American Psycho, I'm giving the Truman Show I'm giving that like a 4. I don't think.
I was gonna give it like a 3 or a 2.
Yeah, I don't think that's a male manipulator movie.
And have you seen American Psycho?
Yeah.
Did you see it on your own or in school? Well, they're not showing that. Well, would they show that in high school? So it's
maybe. I watched Crash in high school.
Oh yeah, and I think Crash is actually more like American Psycho is a more fucked up movie, but I think that Crash is like more intense to show a youth.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. American Psycho it's pretty violent, and he says some really weird shit.
I think Crash is more intense.
Yeah, I do, but I don't think society. I don't think I just said that. I think we might actually be in a little bit of a minority with that. I think most people would rather show kids Crash than American Psycho.
Oh,
and actually, I would rather show kids Crash too. But who cares? Oh my God, who cares?
Well, I would rather show kids Crash, and I think the Crash is more intense.
I agree.
But I think Crash actually has more of like a message to it.
I do. I agree. I love
American Psycho.
It's more of an art
graphic,
piece.
But
it's more of an art piece. Whereas Crash is like, that was like a beautiful movie. Yeah. I loved Crash. We still need to watch. Well, I've seen it, but I want to watch American Beauty with you bad because that's another era. What are movies? Mm-hmm. What are like? I know you probably don't like these questions on the spot, but like, what's a movie if someone came up to you and like, hey Ryan, like, give me like a movie recommendation. Like, what's a movie that you would kind of shoot
recommend it to anyone?
Like, yeah, let's say someone that seems open to anything. You know what I mean? Like, let's say someone that's not gonna be like, I don't want a drama, I don't want a horror, I don't want a sci-fi. Like, they're just kind of like, give me a movie recommendation, something Ryan likes.
It's a shitty answer, but I need to know more. Like I I would want to know can I get a genre?
What if the person said like, I'm open to try anything? What's a movie you like? Not your favorite, but what's a movie recommendation?
If they're open to try anything, am I trying to get them out of their comfort zone and show them something that they normally wouldn't, or am I trying to play a safe bet and trying to to maximize the chance that they're gonna like it?
I guess I can only answer that by giving you what I would do. That's the only way I can answer that.
What would you do?
Like I would if someone came up to me and said, Anton, movie recommendation, I'm open to anything. I would just name a movie that comes to mind that I really like.
Okay, if someone asked me for a movie recommendation and said that they were open to anything, I would tell them to watch Parasite. What would you?
That was an awesome movie.
What would you say?
I would say, I'm gonna get smacked for this. I would say No Country for Old Men.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
No.
I so disagree.
With what?
I wouldn't tell most people to watch No Country for Old Men.
Well, if they said they're open to anything, I'd say No Country for Old Men.
Well, right, but just because they say that doesn't mean I'm gonna.
Well, I am giving them a recommend. Like if someone says they're open to anything, then I'm going to give them something that I know I like because they're asking for my recommendation.
That's a good point. Actually,
I would also like to recommend Interstellar. I like that movie a bit. I mean, we're just going to go start listing movies now.
I liked No Country for Old Men like significantly more than Interstellar.
Significantly more.
Yeah.
Oh, which one? Ooh. I think overall, this is actually I'm surprised at how tough this is for me. Overall, I think I like No Country for Old Men more, but I like Interstellar a lot. Like, they're definitely close in my book. I mean, same directors, but A Serious Man. Well, I've seen that movie like 4 or 5 times, and I love it every time. What's another movie we watched together that we're like, oh, that was good? Power of Dog.
Power of Dog was good.
We were going through, and I still would like to kind of go through the Oscar nominees for best films just to kind of.
They said we watched like one.
I thought we watched another. Or did we only watch one?
Keep it in the mic by accident.
I could have swore we watched another. Maybe not. Okay. So. But yeah, The Power of Dog was really cool. Really, really cool.
Lamb was.
Like, I don't want to say
I'm not gonna say it wasn't really cool, but it's not at all.
It fumbled.
It fumbled.
It fumbled. It could have been.
But if you're in the mood for something like that, like, you know,
if you're with a group of people and you want a movie to kind of talk about after and be like, what did we just watch? But not like great cinema. Well, great cinematography, but just try Lamb. Like Lamb with friends is the way. I
think it depends on the group, because I wouldn't want to tell someone to go take all their friends to go see Lamb and have them be like, what the fuck?
Well, right, but like you know. We have to do generalizations. I can't talk. We have to use generalizations at some point. Like, we can't always determine what we're going to say to make sure it's like hitting the direct demographic that we want it to.
But, okay, like, I'm just saying
there's always going to be.
Wouldn't say go out with a group of friends to watch it. I'd say that's more of a personal, like, if you want to watch something that's kind of going to miss towards the end, but it's interesting until then, watch on your own.
What other movies have we seen recently that we liked a lot?
What was Vivarium? That wasn't that recently, but we watched.
I watched semi recently. Yeah, that was cool.
I think that was almost a year ago.
Wow, yeah. I kind of liked Galveston, that movie we watched.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was actually kind of a heavy ass movie, but it was really good. Really good. It was like one of those movies that it was really more about the acting. Like, it was really good acting. The Great, that TV show.
The Great.
Yeah, it's like about Catherine the Great, or. Is that the girl, Catherine the Great?
Yes. Okay. That is the perfect example of. I will watch almost anything if I'm not in my own house and there's a TV on. Like, if I'm over at someone else's house and the TV is on.
Just kind of duh.
Yeah.
It was. And I'm gonna say this because I brought up Galveston. I like Elle Fanning quite a bit. I think she's a great actress. The Great it's for wine moms.
Yeah.
It's a wine mom show. It's a fucking bunch of people fucking, and
they have sex at least
I
once
don't
or twice an episode.
I don't need to say that that's not why I have a problem with it. It's just fucking for the sake. It's a show for people that don't want to watch porn and they want to like go get together and have their Pinot and watch fucking The Great and be like, ooh, did you see Jeremy? He was, when that woman was just fucking the guy in that big poofy dress. It's like, I'd rather get my fudge packed by Kimbo Slice. What? Wait. What?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, it got really loud in here for a second.
The silence was loud.
There was.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever seen a movie called called Drive with Ryan Gosling? It's also on the Mailman.
Yeah, I know of the movie, have not seen it. I know Chris has the jacket.
That's not even why I was bringing it up. I forgot about that. You know he has a jacket, or have you seen it?
I've seen a picture of it. I've seen a picture of it.
But you weren't there?
No. Yeah,
you were there in the movies.
Yeah, he was wearing it that one time. Yeah. No. Listen. No.
Is that? I think that's Tyler the Creator.
I have no idea.
I'm almost positive it's him going. No. Listen. No. I would like to try. If maybe it's something we could do, like we could talk about a piece of music per episode.
Okay, then I'm gonna cut you off before you finish asking for saying whatever you're gonna say. You bring up some piece of music. We're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna wrap up.
And what if I don't want to?
Then you can stay here and keep talking.
And you're gonna leave?
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna leave.
I can't. We were gonna argue. No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, it's not that I wouldn't do it to you. It's like I don't want you to have to carry all the equipment.
Carry all the equipment? The bag?
I mean, a few bahas, a stand, computer.
Bring
up a song.
That was a slight at me.
That
was a slight at me.
What?
That's an expression for like that was a slight.
No,
that was
I
a burn.
How is that a burn?
Or a jab.
How's that a jab?
I can't carry all this equipment.
No, I'm not saying you can't.
It sounds like it.
No. Well, I wouldn't want to carry everything. You want to carry everything on your own tonight? Okay. I'm not going to carry a single thing.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm probably going to.
There's not that much stuff.
I know. Okay.
The really annoying thing is just having the drinks.
Well, I mean, we have the light box. We have the red camera. We have the soundboard. We have the sound. There's like a lot of shit.
We should actually consider starting to.
There's nothing. There's nothing behind the camera. There's a brick wall.
This is definitely a talk for later, but we should start because we record this podcast with my phone. At least the video.
No, we don't. He's joking. We use a DSLR.
We should start setting up your phone at a different angle so we get multiple angles.
That's actually a good point. I want my camera only filming me.
Okay, then mine will film me. we won't have a single one because both of us. It'll be like we're recording on a call, but we're physically in the same room. Okay, song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be a good idea to kind of, for each of us, which means you this episode as well, each of us kind of bring.
Do. Go on.
Oh.
No. Bring up a song. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's tune in next week for episode 4. Plus. Or not plus. Trust me. Don't do that. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and say an album.
Okay.
Is that a problem?
No.
Okay, then what was? Okay.
Because I know what you're gonna say.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. Yes, we in pre-production, I told him what we're gonna say. Sorry, you have to.
You know just how to make my skin crawl.
What? That was pre-production.
But you know what you're doing.
we were sitting on the couch, post Taco Bell.
That's a little more accurate.
I knew.
I'm not gonna lie.
I knew he was gonna be like, okay. No.
It's still not good.
And
is it really post Taco Bell?
I guess not. It's post Taco Salad. I wish there could be a cricket.
He wants to talk about Discovery.
I have been listening a lot to Daft Punk's Discovery, and it is something that I think is. I would put it in my. I said this before. I would put it in my top 5 albums, like as a work. You know, I'd get that the title self-explanatory. I really think that it's a special encapsulation of the time of. I think it came out in 2000, 2001. I actually should really know the exact date. I think it's probably 2001, but it's just an awesome, lush kind of wall of sound of like Daft Punk made this whole album with incredible samples and incredible mixing of just the whole album. It's one of those albums that it has a sound. Like every song you could tell, oh, that's from Discovery. I mean, it has that. Everyone knows Digital Love and everyone knows Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. And if they don't know that, they know the Kanye West sample from his song, which is actually not that bad. But I've really been appreciating. So is the rest of TikTok, but I've been really nostalgic for the late 90s and early 2000s recently, with just like the trends of people, getting back into the 90s and getting back into the early 2000s and the stuff that used to be ugly and crap for so long. Not that Discovery was ever hated. I mean, that was loved from when it came out. But I am just listening to it and really appreciating the whole album as a unit and being like, wow, this is really, really good music that I would love to show. It's kind of something that I want to show people, not like, look what I found. More like I want more people to kind of open up their mind, be like, hey, I know this might not be your taste, like this kind of electronic, kind of French house disco fusion kind of music. I really, really like it, and I've been listening to it quite a bit, and it's been on the mind, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, I mean, you definitely turned me on to Daft Punk.
I don't remember.
You absolutely did.
Like
a long
like
time
by
ago.
the golden years, like way back.
Oh yeah, no, I was like 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of and that was right when Random Access Memories was coming out, and we were like, oh yeah, that was a crazy time.
What's your favorite song on Discovery?
My favorite song on Discovery is probably Something About Us.
Yeah,
It's a good one, and I mean that's like. And the reason why I was able to answer so quick is because I've had that answer kind of prepared.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. I love.
I'm gonna pull up the track list.
Okay,
right now.
I love Digital Love a
Yep.
lot. I love Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I love. I love it all. I love superheroes. I love Voyager. Actually, Voyager.
My computer's not on the internet.
Oh,
so
nice.
We're just not gonna do that.
Yeah, I could just pull the track list up on my phone.
Yeah.
I love, but if I had to pick, probably Something About Us. That's a really special song. That's a very, very special song. I keep hitting the mic.
Touch is on Random Access Memories, correct?
Yes.
Because that
Is that your favorite Daft Punk song?
no, it's it's probably not my favorite, but that has a very special place in my heart. Thank you.
I one more time might be a contender too. If I had to pick, let's just say Something About Us.
we just watched
Oh yeah,
Interstellar 555.
I didn't even mention that. There is an anime. There's a hour long or hour and 15-minute anime movie that's got effectively no audio other than just Daft Punk Discovery playing throughout it, called Interstellar 5555, and it was directed. I don't remember the name of the guy, but he's a famous anime director from like the late 70s and 80s, and it has that awesome retro beautiful anime Japanese aesthetic, like kind of reminds me of old Gundam. And
Did you say
it's
I'm
awesome.
sorry, I'm cutting you off. Did you say your top two were from the album are Something About Us and Digital Love?
Yeah.
Because I would have to agree.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. For the way you were talking, I thought you were gonna say like those are like I don't like those at all. But
No,
I'm like,
those
that's
are
not true.
definitely the best two tracks on the album.
Though when Daft Punk released that video that they're like ending,
Oh, yep.
that was like, it's not often I care about like famous people like that. You know what I mean?
For you and your brother, that was like someone died.
Yeah, that was really tough. That was really tough. I love that they did that. Like I love that they did it in that way, and that was really cool. Daft Punk is a special band. I like them a lot. And I mean, it's Daft Punk. Everyone fucking loves them. But yeah, I mean, you talked about Your Name in episode 1. That was 1, right? Or was that 2? I actually can't remember.
I think it was episode 1.
Yeah.
I think.
Are there any songs or albums on the Lobe right now that
your name?
You're far away. That was
episode 1. Yeah, when you said your name, I'm like, anime.
For some reason, whenever I think of that song, I always want to say Your Name, and I don't know why.
Because you're racist.
Why?
Because far away is Chinese, and you're just like, oh, your name, Asian, Chinese.
That's a lot of extrapolation for someone who's accusing someone else.
It's a joke. Oh my god.
Are there any lobe, or is there anything on the lobe, on your lobe?
Music wise, right now,
that you're kind of jamming to? That's
the only thing that
albums or anything.
Not whole albums. The only thing that's stuck in my head right now are TikTok sounds, because I've been watching too much TikTok. That one has not too frequently, but that has been on the mind. The other one is the rendition of Something in the Way That's the guy going, "There's something in my ass." And then the other one, I was playing it last night when we were eating. The zooby dooby doo.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, just TikTok sounds.
That's
Just TikTok sounds. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, Ryan.
Yeah, it's on.
It's about that time.
It is about that time. We need a refill. We're going back to Taco Bell.
No, I don't think they're ready for us quite yet.
No.
How about those people that drink like this? Side sippers. Have you ever encountered those? Me and Evan have a whole thing about those.
I probably have and just not really thought about it.
No, it's definitely something that's
You have a way of pointing stuff like that out. You're very observant, I'll say.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's been real.
It has been.
Catch us next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. We gotta have the day out. Are we committing to Wednesdays?
I just thought that's what we did it. We did it on episode 2, and we're gonna do it on this one.
Okay.
I mean, well, it's no commitment. I just, if we're uploading this on Wednesday, this should be up Wednesday, March 16th. Then I don't see why we can't do it a week from then.
No, I agree. I just not something we discussed. But
oh, okay.
Like Anton said, it's been real. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Catch you next time.